What's going on, everybody? Xxiou back here once again in No Man's Sky. And today what I'm going to try and do is kind of a review of the game for people who have not got it yet, who are kind of on the fence about what this game is and if it's the right game for them. I'm going to try and keep this quick and to the point because this is a huge game with many different things you can do in it and many different types of ways to play it. So there's no way I can cover everything in a quick video, but I'm going to cover some of the frequently asked questions that I get in my live streams about this game. So probably the biggest one is there a story or a point to the game? And the answer is yes, there is story in this game. There's actually some very good story, but don't expect like cinemas with cutscenes and voice acting. It's not like that. It's all text-based story. But if you like that kind of thing, which I do, I found it very good. Now, the story content goes on for, depending how quick you're playing, I don't know, I would say about 20 to 30 hours of story content where you're kind of taken through the game. But that being said, that story content is completely optional. You don't have to do any of it. You in fact, don't really have to do anything the game tells you. You can play it however you want. Now, is it a survival game? Yes and no. When it first starts, it seems very survival. You're going to have very few resources and you're going to have to collect things, to stay alive. But that's not how the game stays. You will get to a point where you have virtually no chance of dying. And I'm talking about normal mode. Now, the game does have multiple game modes. It has a survival mode, which is the more difficult mode, so you can carry less resources and things like that. And there's also a permadeath mode, which is like the survival mode, so it's even harder, but when you die, game over. So if you want that harder experience, it is there. Now, what about combat? Is there combat in this game? Do you get guns? Yes, you do. You get a multi-tool. It's really cool. It operates as a mining tool, a terrain editor, a scanner, survey device, and also different types of guns can be put on it. So there's different types of guns, and you can get into, there's these things called derelict freighters, and they're basically like abandoned freighter ships in space you'll find, and they're kind of like space dungeons, and you run those and can, it's kind of like Alien is what it reminds me of, the movie Alien. It's kind of like being on a ship where there's aliens and you go through it. It's fun. So is there an ending to the game? No, there's no ending. Once you finish the story content of the game, there's many other things to do. There's missions you can do, which are going to send you to different planets. And really what this game, to me, is about is the planets. Yeah, there's a game there, but it's also very loose. What I mean is you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do missions if you don't want. Like, if you're disinterested in building stuff like this, and a lot of players are, that's what they do. They just build. There's a creative mode in this game as well that starts you off a little bit easier, and it gives you all the building parts you need right from the get-go, so you can just get right into the game, start exploring planets and building. So there's a creative mode as well, which is really helpful. But normal mode is what I play mostly, and that is, you go through the story, and then after that, you decide what you want to do. And that's what's very great about this game. So every time I come into the game, I say, all right, what am I going to do today? And I do whatever I feel like. Sometimes I feel like just going and exploring random planets. Sometimes I feel like looking for new ships. Sometimes I feel like building massive things. You know, so there's really a lot you can do. Now, the ships are really cool. There's a lot of different types of ships you can get in this game. You can only own up to 6 right now, but hopefully in the future they increase that. You also get a capital. You can get a huge freighter ship like this. I can go up there. I can build on there. You could have a mobile base on there. You also get a fleet that you can send out. You can see them a little bit. There's little ships around there. That's my fleet. I send those out on missions, and they just come back with loot for me. Something else you should know. Every update for No Man's Sky that's ever come out has been free. And as far as I know, they're going to continue that. So every update is free, even if it's a really big one, which is great. You know, one thing I'd say is it's definitely not a game for everybody. If you like a game that's gonna, you know, guide you, you know, pretty straightforward game that's gonna guide you along a path or just guide you through a story, this isn't really it. Like I said, it does have story and it does give you some guidance, but it's up to you whether you want to follow that. You don't have to. You can go off the path and do your own thing anytime you want. But you're going to, you know, probably want to do that stuff since it, you know, helps you out with the game and it, you know, it teaches you a lot of the basics, cuz there's also a lot to learn in this game. And the game doesn't tell you a lot of it. So that's why people like me and many others make videos for new players. The No Man's Sky community is one of the best communities in any game I've ever played. I mean, just incredibly helpful and kind, giving. People share, people give each other money just randomly. It's just a very cool and helpful community. Now, another thing. Is this a multiplayer game? Can you play it with friends? Absolutely. This game has multiplayer, and within the last year, they give us cross-play. So you can play like I play on PC, but I can play with my friends on PlayStation or Xbox as well. The friends I have in No Man's Sky, I didn't meet in the game. So there's not like a general voice chat or anything where you can meet people. There is a space station. It's called the Space Anomaly. And that's like a space station that everyone in the game can go to. And in there's different missions you can do, and you can get into groups with people and run missions. But I never really made any friends doing it that way. Most of the friends I've made have come from watching people's live streams and joining Discords. And man, you can lose hours in this game. I mean, if you like the type of game that you can just like lose yourself in, this is one. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea, but there's so much more that you can do in this game. So I look at it more as not so much a game, it's a universe you can come to and do fun stuff in. Why don't we do this? Why don't you guys tell me in the comments what you love about No Man's Sky, and also maybe let's get a list going in the comments of the things you can do in this game. So it'll be like, so new players or people who are on the fence about buying this can just check this video out and get a better idea of if they want to buy it. So yeah, that's No Man's Sky in January 2021 when I'm making this video. What does 2021 hold for us in this game in the future? I think it's only going to get better, bigger, and better. What do you guys think? You let me know. Thank you all for taking the time to watch. Anyone who comments, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.